The story begins with Roy from The Office and Betty Brant from Spider-Man in a happy relationship, living in a small town called... The movie then switches into this montage of a child growing up doing childlike things. 10 years then pass, and this child is low-key a nerd. Bro's name is Brandon and he's like,
These are pollinators.
shut up, bro. Then, the real alpha male in this class immediately establishes his dominance by hitting him with the,
Bro, why are you always talking about meds? Must be one.
Dang! Fried your ass! His first line of dialogue in the film, and he just absolutely obliterates this beta male chud's entire social reputation. But then this girl turns around and she's like, oh, don't worry, smart guys are looking dumb. Is this whole town filled with lame fellas, bro? You the whole generation.
If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Skip to nighttime and we got the mother painting listening to a white girl bangers when a radio starts. Oh, so this is Scotty. And she brushes it off, thinking nothing of it. Then her child straight up jumps out the window because he hears the glorious symphony of Carti call out. The mother hears a thud and goes out to explore. She enters the barn where she sees Bro straight up shaking the trapdoor and chanting. But she low-key brushes it off. Brandon, honey, is that Mexican? Are you speaking Mexican? She then wakes him up and Bro regains conscience. The next day, Bro's bonding with his father and he has to mow the lawn. And this is when he has his invincible moment, where he straight up launches the lawnmower. And if this wasn't confirmation enough that he had powers, this genuine nutter decides to put his hand through the spinning blade. But I guess this is proof that he's... The next day they go to a little family dinner and he's like, guess who just got their powers?
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Nah, I'm playing. That didn't happen. But the uncle, who is also Badger from Breaking Bad, is like, happy birthday, man. Since you're 12, I decided it's time for you to own your first gun, and proceeds to hand him a rifle. The dad is naturally not pleased and tries to take it off him, at which point the power has already gotten into this child's head. And he's like,
who gonna stop me?
I will.
Who's gonna stop me?
Gets told off and they all go home, and the parents are like, nah, it's probably just puberty. After this, they all decide to go on a camping trip. Him and his dad have the talk. Son, you're at that age where you're gonna start feeling, and it's okay to feel these. And within hours, I have no idea where this guy got his confidence from or who this fellow was feeling like, but he is insane, bro. He genuinely pulls up on the girl who complimented him one time. What are we doing? It's late at night and this poor 12-year-old girl is peacefully sleeping until out of nowhere. Who taught him that? Bro, you were 12 years old. Who told him to come off his line? But do not go to a house at night. Oh my goodness, Valentine! Thankfully, this camping trip finally ends. A mom tells the school therapist, who is also his auntie, about his weird ass behavior. But she's like, oh, it's puberty. Back at home, this guy genuinely murks all of their chickens for zero reason. Brother, this is my problem with this movie. The thing that really tickles my pickle about this movie is that 2 days ago, before you got your powers, you were as sweet as pumpkin pie, bro. This was you.
Good. Anybody else?
And wasps are more aggressive, more dangerous.
You were dropping facts about bees and wasps. You have a loving family. This guy genuinely let the power change him for zero. Why would you kill the chickens? Why? Next day there's a PE lesson and she knows because she saw his lame ass and she calls him a pervert in front of everyone. And he's like, I snuck into your room to confess my love for you and this is how you repay me? Void! And crushes her hand. Her mother and his parents are called to the school. Her mother starts talking crazy about how he's adopted. And his mum replies with one of those wokish hell, say you voted for Kamala without saying you voted for Kamala ass responses, talking about some... If trash talking a 12-year-old makes you sleep better at night. That was lame as hell, bro.
Hey,
get that other kid in here. Why are you talking about inbreds? You like him or something? Once again, night falls, and out of nowhere, Carti blasts again, and this child walks to it. Damn, bro, Carti is not that good. He then falls through the trapdoor, which cuts him, and he sees a spaceship. And his mom tells him how he's actually not human and he's from some other planet, blah blah. But everyone knows where this is going. This is the same generic Superman story type thing. But unlike Superman, bro immediately lets the power change him, even more than it already had. And his first order of business is to pull up on the 12-year-old girl. Like, bro, please just leave her alone. She doesn't want you.
Hey! Hey, have a fucking word with him then, Ref!
Which she makes very clear when he goes into her room. And she's like, my mum told me not to speak to you. To which he ominously replies,
I'm gonna take care of that.
Round 1. Fight.
her mother, Erica, finishes up a shift only to turn to see this. Oh my goodness. Fellas get powers for 1 second and immediately get to aura farming. This is insanely tough. This guy has his logo all over the windows as the lights are dim. Okay, I see you. Damn. She goes to inspect the lights. Rookie mistake. They break and cut her face, blinding her left eye. She grabs a baseball bat and starts swinging blindly, but to no avail. So she gives up and decides to just lock herself in the freezer. Unfortunately, our boy here has laser eye, and therefore... And before hitting a super necessary aura farm, yes, we see the fit, bro. He slimes her. In the morning, bro has his first meeting with a therapist / his aunt, to which he immediately pulls the Homelander special. I'm better. He straight up tells her he thinks he's superior to other human beings. She briefly mentions that she has to tell the sheriff about their meeting, which leads to him pulling up to his auntie's house and...
Alert. Motion backyard.
Oh, I can't even lie, this guy is low-key tough. One of bro's powers must have been aura farming or something, because this guy never used to move like this. She tells him to go home. He hides in the bathroom to try slime her later, but his uncle comes home instead, and he's mad because his nephew's in his house dressed like a flipping scarecrow. So he's getting him in the car to drive him home. There's no way he'd hurt his uncle, right? Right?
Round 1. Fight.
He launches his uncle, and the second his uncle realizes he's not your average Joe anymore, bro immediately gets in the V and speeds. I don't even know what bro's plan was, but bro, fair enough. Our little aura farmer comes here and chases him, destroys his engine, and capsizes his car. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but still. And no, he's not done yet. He proceeds to stand in front of him and walk his own blood uncle down, bro. And his uncle genuinely seems like such a nice guy. Like, bro, you had no beef with him. He was a good uncle. Why did you have to murder him? And not only murder, why did you have to do him like this, bro? Why did you have this clip farm in front of his dead body? This is not Fortnite, lol, bro. Why are we emoting over downed opponents? He gets home late and he makes up an excuse. His parents know he's lying. Brandon lied, Erica's fried, uncle died, funny black kid in 5. Woo! My bad. The parents find out that uncle died and the auntie tells them that Brandon came over to their house. The parents confront Brandon. Bro genuinely does not care. His dad gets very mad at him. Brandon proceeds to straight up launch him into the wall. Damn, bro. As a father, what do you genuinely even do in that situation? You have just got to call it a day. But this father is super suspicious of him. He tells his wife. She is mad at the dad for suggesting this. And the dad's like, fine, I'm just gonna go on a bonding trip with our son. They go on a camping trip and the dad tries to put a bullet in his head within the first 2 minutes of reach. Unfortunately, their son is a literal alien. And all the dad does is the Mbappe special.
Mbappe special?
For example, nothing. For the moment, nothing.
All he does is give him a little headache. And Brandon straight up murks his dad. Simultaneously, the mother goes through his notebook and sees his cartoonishly mega evil plan, conveniently all sketched out, and calls the dad, only for Brandon to pick up. She then calls the police because she's watched too many Line of Duty edits, bro, because what is the sheriff supposed to do against that? Call the Avengers, bro. Matter of fact, call this guy, bro. Call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. The second this guy disappeared from the movie, Brandon started using his powers, bro.
Round 1. Fight.
The final fight, the mom and the police all get together and the 2 police officers get killed immediately. She remembers that the ship Loki cut him earlier, so she runs there to try and finish him. He gets there, but not before she manages to pocket a shard of the ship, and she begins the talk no jutsu, which works. But then she ruins it by trying to backstab him, which he clocks onto, and then he proceeds to murk her by dropping her from the sky. For a final victory lap, he decides to Omni-Man this whole plane. GG's, bro. Me personally, I would have known that the shard was with the mother. However, I would have allowed the mother to kill me, showcasing that even though I was an alien, slowly losing my humanity, seeing that my own mother wanted to kill me out of fear of what would happen if I stayed alive, my final act as a human being would be choosing death. And then I would have been given a 10 out of 10 representation of acceptance and humanity by Media Talk. And that would be enough validation for me, bro. So, yeah. This is low-key the first villain we've had who is not a fraud. I'm actually gonna put him in A tier, but then I'm gonna knock him down to B, cause he is low-key Isagi, bro. He has zero sad backstory. He has genuine loving parents and family. He just decided to be evil one day. However, we do have our first S tier character. Be careful, son. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.